Stefen, congratulations first of all on winning the CWPA Northern Division Rookie of the Week. We're here on icgaels.com. We're just here to talk about a little bit your season so far and what you think of, what's going on. First of all, last week you played three games against some tough opponents. You went up to Boston, played MIT and Harvard, and then you hosted one of the top teams on the East Coast in St. Francis. Talk about last week's play and how you've improved so far as the season's gone along.
Yeah, I think St. Francis was a really good indication of how far we came as a team, because our first game we played Cal Baptist, and that was 20-5, and that was a little bit of a big loss for us. But St. Francis is just as good, if not better, than those guys, and we showed we could really keep up with them, because in the fourth quarter we were still tied, and I don't think anybody was expecting that around the CWPA, so that was a really good indication. And then we went over to Harvard, and they're always a good team. They've given a bunch of teams good games, and we took them to overtime and beat them in sudden death, so that was a really big win for us, pumped us up. And MIT, we also were up in the fourth quarter by 2, but we just couldn't finish it out. But as the season goes along, I know we'll get those fourth quarter wins and get those down.
So you're from the southeastern Pennsylvania area and around near Philly and stuff like that. I don't know if that's a huge water polo area, but talk about your experience as a player in high school and growing up, and as opposed to the transition to the college game now.
Yeah, around Philadelphia there's some pretty good water polo. There's Tom Tracy, he's a big guy, and Rudy Ruth, he's the Pennsylvania water polo commissioner. I know him well, and he takes us out to California, Michigan, all the water polo, all the big spots for that. And so that really prepared me for college. But I can totally tell the big difference, because in high school it's kind of like one star player can take over the game, but now in college there's star players at every point in the game, so you can't really, as a goalie for me, I can't look off anyone, because if someone's just holding the ball out there, they can just rip it from everywhere, and if I'm not ready, it's going to go in. So it's a little bit of a transition, but I think we're doing good.
You played 3 Northern Division games so far this weekend. You have 2 more again here at home, Brown and Conn College. Talk about the weekend coming up.
Yeah, this could be a really big weekend for us, because we're 1-2 right now, but if we can get those 2 big wins against Brown and Conn College, we'd be 3-2, and that would really help us with our seeding going into Northerns. And the better seeding you can get, the better we are out to get to Easterns, which is our ultimate goal this year.
And then a couple weeks from now, you guys go out to California. I think it's will be your first trip out to California this year.
Yep.
You're going to be playing some big teams out there. What does a trip like that do for the team as you go down the stretch into the championship season after Northerns?
Yeah, definitely the California teams are just, if you look at the top 20, there's at least 13 out of the top 20 California teams in there. So whenever you can get down to California and compete with some really good teams, that's always going to help you in Northern Division play, because once you come back to Northern Division, we just played these California teams, we gave them good games, we maybe beat a couple of them, and now we got to really buckle down and get these Northern wins so we can go to Easterns and hopefully do well the rest of the season.
Well, once again, Stefen Hill, he was a CWPA Northern Division Rookie of the Week. Congratulations and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.